My brother lied about paying off my mom's mortgage, then tried to steal her house. After she passed, expecting me to just let it go when my mom got sick, my world flipped upside down. She'd always been the glue that held our family together, a woman who worked tirelessly to provide for my brother, Aaron, and me after our dad left when we were kids. Despite the challenges, she never let us feel the weight of her struggles. So, when she was diagnosed with late-stage cancer, I dropped everything to be by her side. Erin, however, was notably absent from the picture for most of her illness, making only occasional appearances with hollow promises of helping more later. What I didn't know at the time was that Aaron had his own plans, ones that would turn into the most shocking betrayal I've ever experienced. A few months before my mom passed, she called me into her room to talk about her financial situation. She owned the house we grew up in, a modest but beautiful place that she was incredibly proud of. However, there was still a significant mortgage left to pay. My heart broke when she admitted she was worried about leaving Aaron and me with that burden. "I've talked to Aaron about it," she told me. "He says he'll take care of the mortgage when I'm gone. He promised he'd pay it off so you two can share the house." I should have been relieved, but something about her words didn't sit right with me. Aaron had always been good at making grand promises he couldn't keep. Still, I didn't want to stress her out in her final days, so I nodded and assured her everything would be okay. After she passed, Aaron and I met with the lawyer to go over her will. The house was to be split equally between us, but Aaron immediately started acting like it was his alone. "Well, since I'll be paying off the mortgage," he said with a casual shrug, "it only makes sense for me to move in and take over everything. You can have the rest of Mom's savings." I was stunned. "What are you talking about? Mom said the house was for both of us." He waved me off. "But I'm the one handling the financial part, so it's only fair. You don't even need a house right now. You're still renting that apartment, right?" I couldn't believe his audacity. "Aaron, we're supposed to share this. I want to honor Mom's wishes, and that means figuring this out together." He smirked. "Honor Mom's wishes? Please. You don't even know how much work it's going to take to pay off that mortgage. Let me deal with it. You'll thank me later." Against my better judgment, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he really did plan to pay off the mortgage and take care of the house. I didn't want to fight with him, not so soon after losing Mom. Over the next few months, Aaron moved into the house and began making changes. He replaced furniture, repainted walls, and even rented out one of the bedrooms to a friend of his, all without consulting me. Whenever I asked about the mortgage, he brushed me off with vague answers. Something felt off, so I decided to dig deeper. I contacted the mortgage company, pretending to be curious about the balance, and what I discovered left me shaking with anger. The mortgage hadn't been touched. Not a single payment had been made since Mom's death. I confronted Aaron immediately. "Why haven't you paid anything on the mortgage?" I demanded. He didn't even try to deny it. "I never said I'd pay it off," he said nonchalantly. "I just figured you'd sell your half of the house to me and I'd handle it eventually." "Sell my half?" I repeated, incredulous. "You don't even have the money to buy me out. You've been lying this whole time." That's when he dropped the bombshell. "The house is already in my name," he said, smirking. "Mom signed it over to me before she died. So technically it's mine, and you don't have any say in what I do with it." I was floored. "That's impossible. Mom wouldn't have done that." He pulled out a document, a quitclaim deed signed by my mom, supposedly transferring ownership of the house to him. The signature looked real, but something about it didn't add up. I knew my mom would never have excluded me like that. I took the document to a lawyer, and after some investigation, my suspicions were confirmed. The deed was fake. Aaron had forged Mom's signature, using it to file a fraudulent claim to the house. When I confronted him again, he tried to play dumb. "I was just trying to make things easier for everyone," he said, his tone dripping with insincerity. "You don't even like dealing with this kind of stuff. I thought I was doing you a favor." "A favor?" I snapped. "You forged a document and tried to steal Mom's house from me. That's not a favor, it's a crime." He rolled his eyes. "Oh, come on. Are you seriously going to drag me into court over this? We're family. Don't be dramatic." But I wasn't about to let him get away with it. I filed a legal complaint and brought the evidence to the authorities. Aaron's smirk disappeared the moment he realized I wasn't bluffing. The case dragged on for months, but in the end, the court ruled in my favor. The house was returned to both our names, just as Mom had intended. Aaron was fined for his forgery, and while he avoided jail time, his reputation in the family was completely ruined. Some relatives tried to guilt me, saying I should have just let it go to keep the peace. But most of them supported me, especially when they learned the full extent of Aaron's lies. Now the house is officially mine. Aaron wanted nothing to do with it after the court ruling, so I bought out his share, using the money Mom had left for us. It feels bittersweet, knowing how far my brother was willing to go for his own gain. I've since moved into the house and started making it my own. Every corner reminds me of Mom, and I'm determined to honor her memory by preserving the home she loved so much. As for Aaron, we barely speak anymore. He's tried to reach out a few times, but I can't bring myself to trust him again. Losing my brother like this hurts, but it's nothing compared to the pain of almost losing the house my mom worked so hard to keep in our family. Some wounds take time to heal, but at least I can take comfort in knowing that justice was served. Mom's legacy is safe, and I won't let anyone take that away from me.